Good morning. You got nothing?
Ja, god morgon. Idag hoppas vi att det inte ska fortsätta att sanda. Det var över 4 år nu. Jag kommer från ett kvarter i Sverige som heter Sandarna.
So you figured out how to say that in Spanish?
No, I
I mean,
didn't.
Swedish, sorry.
Yeah, at Sanda.
Hatsanda?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
nice.
used to live in Sandarna. How ironic.
Wow. So
Yeah.
Sandinging town?
No, it's just the name of the place.
Oh, okay.
Coming from sand, not to sand.
Ah.
Sand is
Noun versus
universal.
verb.
Huh?
Noun versus verb.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are not verbing today. We are taking a break from verbing. Yeah. So thanks again for everybody's feedback on the last video. We are going to blow this baby apart now. We are pretty much done with the body. You know, as Pops and I were just talking about, you know, we'll find a few little knickknacks like this around the car that we'll mark, and we'll come back and address those later. But basically the car is done. Well, the removable panels anyway. Well, actually no, everything you see here is pretty much done. There's minor tweaks that need to be finished, but we're done with that. So we're going to take it apart now and then start working on mechanical stuff. And we were, yeah, look at that. We started ordering stuff. So we have our vintage air. This is the evaporator kit only. I don't need the whole kit yet, so I just bought the evaporator. That guy's $850 for that.
Wow, just that?
Yeah, well, actually that's from Vintage Air Direct at Summit. I got that for $800 with free shipping, so even better. So anyway, that's just the evaporator kit. We have to figure out if this fits under the dashboard with the accommodations we made for that. When did we do that? It was 2 years ago again already?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Anyway, so we'll show you that in a little bit. We've got our Clutchmaster cylinder here. I went with the McLeod version. I went back and forth a lot on this and I couldn't really find any good thoughts on whether this was the best one or using the DSE with like a 4th gen cylinder or something. I'm not sure, so I just went with this one, but hopefully it works. And then we also got a couple of kick panels here. We'll talk about this later as well, because I have to cut all of that, what you see out right there, for the Vintage Air. So I wanted to make sure all that stuff fit. So it's fun. We have some stuff to play with. We haven't gotten any new mechanical parts in a long time, so that's exciting. All right, let's get to it. All right, we got the hood off. I was going to do a time lapse of taking the car apart, but I forgot, so sorry. You guys pretty much know what it looks like to take a car apart, I think. We did drill out the hinges here, 1/8 inch hole. I just did the one at the top here because the hinges don't typically have a lot of twist on them, so I think that's good enough to lock it in place. So again, that goes through the hinge and into the hood, so that when we go to put the car back together, we just put that drill bit back through that hole, or any 1/8 inch metal rod, and then it should go right back where it was. That did not work at all when I tried that on the trunk, so we'll see if it works for the rest of the car. Okay, that's that. So now we'll move on to fenders. All right, for record keeping here, looks like we have 1/8 shim there, 1/8 shim down there. Okay, bottom fender bolt was 2 1/8 shims. This one I think is 1 1/8 and 2 1/16, which is interesting. We'll pop that off and get a better look. All right, so yes, those hinges over there was a total of 1/4 inch. So 1/8 and 2 1/16. Why, I don't know, but whatever. This one over here again is 1 by 1/8. Down yonder there is 2 by 1/8. All right, down here, 3 1/8 washers.
Looks like I got leprosy.
You do have leprosy, apparently. That's from the door, passenger door, up here, sorry. Ah, what happened? The car's all in pieces. So we're drilling everything out here. This guy right here, the drill bit broke, but luckily it had already made the hole through when it broke, so no biggie. So we got all these done. Pops is drilling the other side right now, and we're done. Oh no, I gotta get the trunk. But
Close up.
what happened here?
Yeah.
See, I leave Pops alone for 5 minutes, and look what happens. The whole car is taken apart again. Well, looks like we didn't get much in the way of overspray on the engine and stuff, so that's good. Dirty as all get, but I am disappointed that the exhaust manifolds are rusting already. But I'm gonna hope that Holly or somebody sells an aftermarket version of that in ceramic or whatever that has that same manifold on it, because I have to use these for the cats. And again, this is a California smog controlled car, so I have to have the cats. I'm not even sure if the referee would let me change the exhaust manifolds, but maybe. But that just looks like crap. Anyway, whatever. All right, so car is all in pieces. Put the back seat in. It's just sitting there, but it's there. So we're gonna putz around a little bit with some mechanicals to have some fun here, right?
Yep.
Lunch break. All right, sorry for the glare. So we just threw the old brake pedal back up in there. So get an idea of how this works. So for the hydraulic clutch setup, this is the McLeod pedal thing. So it goes on there like yo. Clutch master cylinder will go here. So first thing I notice is this thing doesn't sit flush on here. And there's a bulge right there, which I think I could try to flatten that. And then that little bit at the bottom there, I don't know what that's for. That hole right there. That might get in the way as well. So that doesn't look like that's going to want to sit flush there, which I don't think matters. We can just seal it. So maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's probably not going to sit flush anyway, so I'll just probably put sealant around that. Anyway, that's going to work. All right, so hopefully you can see that little stud there. So on the vintage air kit, you're supposed to put a replacement panel there to cover all of this business up. And then you have to drill a hole through the firewall for that bolt right there, but I didn't want any holes. Jesus, you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I didn't want any bolts sticking through the firewall here, so I welded that plate on there. Go back and forth here. As you can see. So the trick is now, did I put that in the right place? So we have to put the evaporator on and see if that lines up. So this is a bracket that goes there. Since it's supposed to have a bolt coming through the firewall, it's already got the captive nut on it, so we have to drill that out to the size of that thing. All right, well, I mean, you can't see up in there very well, but so it sits a little bit further off the firewall than it should because of that bracket, but it looks like it's all going to go in the right place. So whether or not that's the right place, I don't think it matters. It'll work. So all that matters here is that this thing's level. So we get it level front to back and left to right. So we'll have to bend that bracket up there a little bit. But overall, hold that with my foot. Get a sense on how that's supposed to look. This is pretty hard to work up in here, so we'll try and get some pictures for you, but put some shims to try and hold that in place. That stud on the firewall seemed like it worked out, so we cinched down that nut there. Next step is we have to level this thing. I sort of know where I want it to go, so I'm going to put one bolt up in the corner up there, and then hopefully it'll be in the right place. This is one of these things where you really need 3 hands to get in there at once, which I only have 1.5, so do my best here. Try not to block the camera too much. So that guy wants to go up high there. Yow, that hurts. I can't even see that. Can't even leave a mark. There's the Sharpie. It's so hard to see up in here. you. All right. Let's see. Well, that's a good starter bit here. How about 1/8?
Sounds good. We're using that.
This one might not even be destroyed. I don't know, we'll see. Not too bad. Okay, this guy. I don't want 3/16 maybe. No, that's too big. 5/32. That looks good. 5/32 it is. I hate drilling holes in my car. For a good cause, though. Okay. Alright, I need whatever ratchet will fit that. Might be this guy if we're lucky. Not lucky. That's a 7/16, so it's smaller than that.
Water?
Smaller than that. Could be metric too, who knows? Got one?
3/8.
Das gut. See how we did. So one of the things that was interesting on here was the videos I've seen on this, they run this on the bottom of the unit. But I don't think that piece of the bottom of the unit's flat. So we're using this line right here. Which is, hey, look at that. It's level-ish. Okay, it needs to come up.
On the right side?
Yeah. Let's see. See, that's the problem, right? Once you drill a hole, now what? Right? So we can shoot. Well, assuming the car is level. That's pretty level. I don't know, we can just put that other bolt in and see what happens. Maybe, thank you. I'll try and set it a little bit high. Pull it up a little bit. I don't know how you're supposed to get these two level like this. It's pretty tricky. Doesn't feel right. See what happens. Maybe one goes out of level, maybe they both go out of level. Any bets? Oh, definitely moved. Still good. Much. Alright, well, I'm guessing if I had to pick, I'd want this level better than this level. So it's not off by much. It's almost in the bubble. And we're right in the bubble this way.
Yeah, that's it. That's good.
So that's good. This is not the final install here. We're just kind of dropping it in place. There we go. It's in. Well, there's not a lot of foot room down there.
Huh?
Not a lot of foot room.
Ja.
Okay, that wasn't so bad.
Why do we have to take it out again?
Alright, so next thing is, in order to fit all this stuff, we had to get these guys because I didn't have them anymore. So we did something a little weird on this one. So this is the unit for non-air conditioned car. So it's got the fresh air vent on it. This car had air conditioning, doesn't matter, we're getting rid of these anyway. This piece has to get cut out for the vintage air. The air conditioning version of this didn't have this big monster on it, but it had all kinds of holes in here for the vacuum system and whatever, which I didn't want. So I ended up getting the non-AC version for the passenger side of the car, the AC version for the driver's side of the car, because it doesn't have all this crap on it. Now, of course, we can't get this in there with that there, but this has to get cut off anyway. We'll take a look at that real quick. All right, where are you? Not the right tool for the job, but it's what I have. Smells good. Alright, we finished that up with the hole saw. So anyway, the whole idea of that is now that bit slides in there like that. This is where all the hoses for the vintage air go through. So. Alright, to just show you how all this goes together now. So the kick panel goes in here like so. And then this guy will go up in there like that. And then all the hoses and stuff from the unit will run through here, all tucked in place where you won't be able to see them. So that's nice. This panel clipped right in there beautifully. That was sweet. So that was good to see. Yeah. Alright, that wraps up today. I'm just mostly putzing around, dry fitting. I was going to do the gas pedal too, but I forgot, and I misplaced the bracket, so now I gotta go over that. I'll show you that next time. But anyway, that was fun, doing something that wasn't body work for a change, so cool. We will start doing more methodical assembly and whatever here. Like I said, today was just kind of dry fitting just to see the parts that we bought, if they fit. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy. Nice to be back on things again. So I'm glad to see that stud I put in the firewall for the vintage air worked. That was the whole reason to get that evaporator kit now, is if we painted the firewall and then we found out that thing was wrong, I didn't want to have a bolt sticking through the firewall right there. So we would have to move that stud somewhere else, and then I'd have to re-weld it, and then we'd be doing the body work all over again. So that seems good. The clutch master cylinder looks like that's going to be okay. Need to get the brake booster, make sure all that fits. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to be able to put the clutch master cylinder yet. We'll figure that out, but everything else went to plan, so that was good. So yeah, it was fun to actually do something other than body work. So any comments you guys have on what you saw, questions, whatever, let me know. I'm not sure exactly what order of operations we're going to follow here, but probably get the gas pedals and stuff set up first. It's probably the most important thing, and then we'll take it from there. But there's a lot of stuff that has to happen here, but we'll just start poking around. We'll see, right? So we want to do some mechanicals, and obviously we have all this body work we still have left to do. All the jams and stuff still have to get done. So we're not done with body work, obviously, but at least get the mechanicals that we have to get done first, that are not that are blocking body work, and then also anything that's going to potentially mess up our body work later. We want to get that done before we do the body work. So that's it. All right, everybody. Thanks. Have a good one. We'll catch you on the next one. Sorry, last thing I forgot. Drum room comes in handy again. All the parts we took off we put in here except for the hood, so that's kind of slick. I had to clean the drum room out a couple weekends ago because a buddy of mine wanted to come over and play, so I had to move all the stuff that was over here, so I had room for all this stuff. Unfortunately, the gas pedal and stuff's back in that corner and I buried it, so now I have to go spelunking back there to find the gas pedal and everything. But anyway, adios.